Scorpio, Scorpio, wherefore art thou? Here it is, the month of March 2024. Let's get this potter's wheel of karma moving here with the moon commencing the month in your sun sign. It can be rather emotional. The placement of the moon in Scorpio is deep, it's passionate, it's not always fulfilled, but here we have the key. We started talking about this combination of planets, a celestial traffic jam, as I call it, here in the 5th house in Pisces, along with this passionate combo in the 4th house. You notice Venus is moving away from there now, so that's coming down. But I think you're realizing that emotionally, relationships come with considerable responsibility. This 5th house has to do with children. So for some of you anyhow, there could be a rather strong focus on the relationships you've been having with your kids. Certainly there's a strong focus of energy also here, especially around the 7th and the 8th, when the moon makes contact with Pluto, Mars and Venus in this 4th house of domesticity. You're probably passionate about feeling comfortable in your own space, in your own home, in your own heart, because this 4th house is all to do with this. And that is being juxtaposed against this 5th house, which is fun, love affairs, creativity. I think you can blend both of these into a cohesive and workable life model. But the new moon taking place on the 10th, there it is there, that combo betwixt Saturn and Neptune, shows that in some ways you're feeling a little out of control over the creative and romantic elements of your life. So Venus moves into this area as well. There are ample opportunities for you to pursue your creative or romantic interests. But I think you'll be handling these parts of your life in a very, very different manner as a result of the new moon in this position. The new moon is almost like a reset button, Scorpio. So it resets the way you approach relationships. And interestingly, I don't know whether this is something that you've had to consciously do. I think it's just emerging naturally through a spiritual ripening process where you're seeing the way that you've interacted with others prior to this hasn't necessarily been working for you. The motivation for why you've engaged in relationships will also be shifting. You can see that what intention you had prior for the objectives you had in your relationships has now changed. Both the objective and therefore the intention and therefore the objective. So the romantic side of your life, also the creative side of your life, is in for a very, very big change. The sun moves out on the 20th of March into your 6th house. A bit more energy directed to your work. Your health is also coming into a different pattern. And it's important to note the transit of the moon here, especially around the 25th, forming a very powerful 12th house full moon, indicating nourishment of your soul, upliftment of your internal mechanism. That's also part of this new moon that occurred on the 10th, bringing its energies here. Because this 5th house also, Scorpio, has something to say about your spirituality and how you come to a level of wisdom only through these changes that are taking place. And then that full moon there on the 25th in the 12th house, in the company of the spiritual significator, the South Node, indicates some deep insights that I think are going to shine into all of these other areas we've been talking about. An understanding of your work, the people you work with, how you want to engage your relationships, your lovers, your children, and all the while with this very slow moving, transformative Scorpio ruler, Pluto, beginning its intense work on your domestic life. This is where you're going to feel most comfortable, where a lot of your transformational work is going to take place. It's important to pay attention to this, along with the new moon that I advised of there in the 5th house and the full moon there in the 12th house. It's an exciting month for you. Opportunities for change, opportunities for delivery from the past, out of those self-limiting concepts and into a bright new creative, fulfilling future. It's a pivotal month this month, Scorpio. There's more that you can glean on this. Follow our links over to astrology.com.au. There's the chronological transit list. It's the text-based adjunct to this to give you a little bit of a deeper insight into what's going on in March 2024. Don't forget to drop me a line. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to come back next month. I'll be waiting for you. Take care.